Thomas Reeves.
Thomas, nice to see you today.
Good to see you today too. I appreciate you meeting with me.
Sure.
And you was kind of referred to me that you want to kind of discuss some things that was kind of going on.
Yeah.
But let me let you know up front
Mhm.
that everything that we talk about, Michael, is confidential. Nothing will go beyond these four walls. If I ask you something that you feel uncomfortable with, saying to me, don't worry.
Mhm.
I'm not going to spill my guns to tell anybody, or we just won't even talk about it. Just whatever that you're comfortable with, I want you to feel comfortable with it.
Okay. Can my mom come in?
My mom can't come in. it's just you
She's
and me.
here with me.
It's just you and me. Well, maybe I'll get to meet her after this.
Okay.
The main thing is I want you to feel comfortable.
Sure.
Know this confidential.
Okay.
And I care about you.
Mhm.
I am a pastor,
Mhm.
and this is a Pentecostal church,
Mhm.
and we respect your belief, your cultural beliefs.
Mhm.
But I think from a previous session, you talked about that you did know the Lord, right?
Right. Right. I accept the Lord as a child.
As a child,
Sure
that's
do.
great.
Sure do.
So, Michael, what brings you here today? What's kind of on your mind? What's really been bothering you?
Well, I'm in my family. It's been a kind of a transition for me. My early years and everything brought me into. I didn't have a mom
Right.
when I was growing up. My mom gave me away, really, and I lived on the streets and everything.
Right.
So in the midst of living on the streets, I had to take up for myself, and finally, my mom found me and took me into the family, and that's been part of the ordeal. I thought it was a cultural thing, having me in the midst of them,
Right.
and being this way. Our family, our background, me being a black man and
Right.
her being and them being a white family. I thought that was going to be a different way to go right there.
How did that make you feel that her being white?
At first, I was leery, but she showed me the love that I really never expected or had. I never had that love before. And when she began to love me the way she did, and I really saw the love that she had for me.
Right.
See, I didn't have a place to stay or anything, living off the streets.
Wow.
And then she offers me a place to stay, and they offer me food, good food, and things that I never had before, and it was 3 meals a day.
How was that living off the streets? How did that affect your life?
Taking up for yourself, and you have to go through so many things to survive.
Right.
And it's scrounging in anywhere you can to find food enough to keep yourself. School has been a problem for me.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that we're going through right now.
Right.
Is that they're helping me prep and get ready for college and everything.
Right.
So school, I didn't stay in school a lot.
Right.
And now I do.
Right.
I've got a place that I stay, I live, I sleep, I get my breakfast, head to school.
Right. Let me ask you this: Did you at all feel like you was a victim of your situation, or how does it make you feel?
When I look back and I think about having looked at my own mother,
Yeah.
I guess that's where I go back to, and I think, why could she? Because see, there are other brothers and sisters of mine,
Right.
and they're there,
Okay.
and I'm not.
Okay.
So it makes me wonder. And when somebody did show that they cared for me, it was an inspiration to me to feel for that love.
Yeah.
To go for
How
it.
did they show to you that they cared for you?
First thing, I have my own room.
Wow.
I have my own
That's
bedroom,
cool.
man. I have my own bedroom.
And you were in and out of foster homes, weren't you?
In and out of foster homes, and the part of the time I ran away. So, not staying in those foster homes all the time.
Right.
And so there I was. I had my own room, had my own bed. Didn't have to share with anybody because that was mine. Mom said it was mine.
Yeah, that's good.
my room. Yeah,
That's
sure it
good.
was. And so that made a difference to me. And it's something I have never in my life had my own room until now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned to me that, of course, they took you in and
Yes.
loved you,
Yeah.
and basically the athletic club had been looking at you as far as collegiately,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
because you've turned out to be a dynamic football player, from what I understand,
Yeah.
and are really good at what you do. And but this enforcer lady, you mentioned to me last time that she approached you, and did you begin to question her, or what? How did that make you feel?
I was uncomfortable when I went in the room with her.
Yeah.
I felt an uncomfortable feeling that things had gone awry in my life. And when I saw her and she began to tell us what she wanted, and then she told Mom that you can't be here, you got to leave him by himself. And I was there alone with her. There was an overwhelming feeling came over me.
How did that feel? Just overwhelming, mean, just
Um,
alone, maybe?
I felt, well, as she began to question me, she brought up things that I knew that I had been betrayed by my mother, my real mother.
It brought back childhood
It brought back
memories.
childhood memories. And then as she began to question me and tell me that they're using me, that Mom is
Ooh.
using me,
Okay.
then I
Mrs.
started.
Toohey.
Yeah, Mrs.
Yeah.
Toohey.
Wow.
When she told me that Mom was using me for the good of the college.
Did you believe her?
I didn't know what to believe, because the way she stressed it to me, I thought, has Mom betrayed me again? Have I been betrayed again? And I really felt a betrayal. I didn't know what to think. Was this woman, did she know something I didn't know?
Okay.
Did she know something beyond me? Because this seemed too good to be true. It was like a new life for me.
And she mentioned to you that other white families had done that to other
She said,
unfortunate black.
yes, said that they would take a good black player in
Okay.
and put him in their family and then send him to the school, Mississippi State, and would send them down there, and because they're alumni, Mississippi State.
They love that college.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great college. And she mentioned to me that they were using me to send me to that school only for the purpose of having a winning season and having me play ball for them.
So let me understand this. Basically, what it made you feel was you began to doubt your mom's love.
Sure.
You know, Mrs.
Sure.
Toohey's love. Even though she wasn't your real mom, but you began to doubt her love.
Yeah, I did.
So what happened? How did you? Basically, you're here to kind of reconcile that. Or are you still having doubts about that?
Well, what happened just after the NCAA lady got finished with me, during the midst of that, it kind of just tore me apart, and I just left. I ran out of the room.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And when I saw Mom, I said, "Is it true? Are you using me? Really, it's what I want to know.
Right.
Are you using me to just for the purpose of helping the Mississippi State?"
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure that I saw her coming after me, but I couldn't. I just wanted to leave, and I hit the road just to leave for a little while.
Did you feel like she was even trying to take advantage of you, trying to get you to question?
I didn't know what to think. After that, your mind goes into you wonder what is going on in my life. The overwhelming sensation of here it has been so good, and now the NCAA personnel are saying they're using me. Are they using me? And I wondered that. Were they using me for the purpose of the ball team? And because I had scholarships, everybody was coming to see me.
Wow.
So I had all the coaches come to see me.
Really?
Yeah, sure did.
So that made you feel great, didn't it?
Sure did.
Made you feel like you
Sure
accomplished
did.
something.
Yeah, it did. And in the midst of that, the training that I had been taking, prepping for college,
Right.
my grades had actually come up.
Wow.
I brought them up from, where I was in F and failure. I was bringing it up to B's and C's.
Right.
So my grades had actually come up, and I just didn't know what to think. At the moment I left that NCAA arena where she had questioned me, my thoughts were of, have I been betrayed again?
So basically, kind of to reiterate, you're still kind of wondering now, have you been betrayed, aren't you?
Sure.
Well, let me ask you this. You've already kind of mentioned the fact that they brought you in.
Mm-hmm.
They loved you.
Sure.
I think it was even during a special occasion like Thanksgiving. They brought you to their table. You
They
ate
did.
with them.
They did.
They even clothed you, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes,
and,
they did.
And loved you, and she even called you her son.
She did.
And she didn't seem to
And
have
she
any,
does.
and she still does.
Yeah.
And she didn't have any really prejudicial, or seem to, give a prejudicial aura about her.
Oh, no.
She loved you for who you are, didn't she?
Has treated me like one of her own children.
Right.
Sure has.
So, Michael, when you look at that, the bottom line is, in a roundabout way, she has normal feelings that she wants you to go to her alma mater, Mississippi
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
But I would assume by everything that you've told me is that she wants the best for you. And that for her to be willing to go in and take a child
Right.
that is not of her ethnicity, that's a black child, knows nothing about, she's taking a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I think you mentioned before how she had went to your house before and found the eviction notice, and
Yeah.
she had even researched to try to find out who you were, your background.
Right. Had even tried to go see my mother, my birth mother.
That's awesome. So she really did. When you look at that, the broad picture. So when you look at the small picture, it looks like Mrs. Toohey is trying to use you or take you away, even though this lady put this doubt in you. But when you look at the broad picture, actually what she was doing was creating within you that you had to make a decision. Was this your family or was this not your family?
Right.
And that's kind of the predicament you're in now. So when you ask yourself, the love, the acceptance, did the daughter accept you?
Uh-huh.
And-
They all accepted me.
And-
They're my brothers and
Brothers and
sister.
And CJ accepted you too?
CJ did too, yeah.
Wow. So when you look at the broad picture, you can't help but really understand, Michael, that they love you. That there seems to be no hidden agenda, that they want you. I can't speak for them, but looking at the ramifications of everything, they want you to be happy.
Yeah.
And they want you to go to your school of your choice. They probably got a little bit carried away and want you to go to Mississippi State, but when it all comes down to it, it's your decision. You want to go to school wherever you want to go, and they're just family, so family wants you to go, in the family practice or the family school,
Right.
which happens to be Mississippi State.
And both of them went there.
Right. So looking at the surface of it, let me assure you that I kind of feel like that they do love you. They love you almost unconditionally. And when you feel that unconditional love, Michael, that will make a difference in your life, that acceptance. And I think you even mentioned that you dealt with things by actually closing your eyes, which is a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And you have, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations? You want to graduate from college?
Oh, I'd love to graduate from college. As a matter of fact, up until the time with the NCAA personnel, I wanted to go to Mississippi State. And
Wow.
then, now that came up, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
And
So you got to leave and kind of go think about it.
yeah, I just need to think about it a while. And
Did she run after you, Michael? Or did she just kind of let you go on your own?
Mom
Mom.
came after me.
She came after you.
Yeah, she did.
So you've